We live, bro. What's good, man? What's good?
What up? What up? Good evening to the family, to the people, to the listeners. And we're about to have a good conversation tonight. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
How you
always a
doing
good
today?
convo. I'm chilling, bro. Long day at work. You know how that be.
Oh yeah.
You know how
Long
that be.
days.
So what we got? I titled it, um, Dolphins searching, Dolphins coaching search
Mm-hmm.
tour, and much more. Like, so what you got on the docket tonight? What you trying to talk about, bro?
Woof. So with the Tua situation, well, it's so weird because when it comes to this coaching search, it's like we always get thrown in different directions. You never
Mm-hmm.
know who's going to be the person. So it's like when you make the speculations of okay, we got this person, this person, this person. It's like, do we really know? You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have the most inside. And I'm not even speaking about us. I'm speaking about everyone in general because people are just making speculations.
It,
So,
It seemed it
it's cool.
seemed it seemed that the Dolphins been pretty tight-lipped about who they actually want. Like when like Flores 3 years ago, it was like we knew early on, hey man, we want this guy. This is the guy that we're going after. We're charging full steam ahead. We knew that. Also with
Mm-hmm.
like Adam Gase, when we hired Adam Gase, we
Yep.
knew that was our guy. We wanted him. He developed Peyton Manning. I put that in quotation, big quotations. He had very good success with Peyton Manning, and
Yeah, he
he
was the
went.
tight end whisperer too. Remember? Because
Yeah,
what was that tight end from the
um,
Broncos that
Julius
like
Thomas.
Thomas? Yeah.
So he was the quarterback whisperer. He was the tight end whisperer, as you say as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think even with Joe Philbin, like it was early on, he popped out as a candidate, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is somebody weird."
Yeah, didn't he come from like the Packers? I think it was
Mm-hmm,
being said.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I'm
A lot
not
of people
mistaken, he
come
was
from
the
there.
OC for the Packers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hopefully, he wasn't the offensive line coach, or I think he was the OC. I'm praying that he was the
I
OC.
think it was the OC, if I'm correct, because I think I was listening to Big O show and he mentioned that he was like the OC of that team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't want to mix up his words. I can also research that too, But yeah, we can. I'll research it while we're
So
talking.
yeah, so basically, this time around, like it's literally we don't know. Like it's people, like it's I don't know if they have to say who they interviewing. Like is that something that they got to release to the media? Like, hey, we made an interview with such and such, or is that something that they can keep under wraps because they could have had a secret meeting with Jim Harbaugh, Doug Peterson, EB, Eric Balim. I'm just gonna call it EB, Eric, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Ooh, we got to talk about that too. I'm not gonna let that go. Back into this, we're gonna have to talk about
Oh
Chiefs.
yeah, for real. Yeah, that is true. But
But
yeah, I'm looking at just to quickly just to finish this piece. Joe Philman, he has some experience with the Packers. It because that's one thing Big O did mention that like a lot of his NFL experience was in the at the Packers. So in 2003, he was the assistant offensive line coach.
mhm.
2004 to 2005, tight ends assistant. He was a tight ends coach and assistant offensive line coach.
Okay.
Then in 2006, he was the offensive line coach. And then that's when he got his thing. So in 2007 to 2011, offensive coordinator. Then he took the Dolphins job the next year.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's so like my memory served correct. I was like, was he an offensive? So he went offensive line, offensive coordinator, our head coach,
Mm-hmm.
and then to obscurity. Where's that guy right now? Like I don't even
Yeah, I
know.
think let me just check it out because it's still right there. Let's see. So he's the
I think he,
Dallas Cowboys offensive line coach.
wow. I didn't even know he was still in the league. Wow.
Wow, 2020 to present, so he's still there.
So I guess he like the offensive line has looked pretty deep. Well, when you got two bona fide Hall of Famers and all one All Pro, like
But
literally.
they deal with a lot of in and because you remember, like with their offensive line, it's been a lot of in and out of their lineup. So, I mean,
And I like when
they'll stay the same.
what's that guy name? I think it's something Steele. Something Steele. He was an undrafted free agent. He played very well at right tackle when Lyle Collins went down. So he's doing a good
Yeah,
job there. some people are not head coaches, some people are not offensive coordinators, some people are position group coaches, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's about how you get the teaching out. That's all it is. It's all about teaching when it comes to coaching. Man, I mean, the head coaching job comes with the perks of the money and all of the, all of the credit. But
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Who you want? If you
shit,
if hold on. If you had if there was like Mr. D, Mr. Elder Nation.
yeah,
Mr. Elder Nation. That's what we're gonna go with. We're giving you a magic button. You can put anybody at that head coaching job. Anybody. Whether it be, a trade, Sean Payton, Tomlin, they trade for Tomlin. Anybody, who would you want as our coach? And then who's available? Who do you want? So if anybody could be your head coach right now, just in the NFL, any coach, who would you want? And then out of the candidates remaining, who do you actually want to coach the Dolphins?
Mike McDaniel is the one I want to coach the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the one you chose earlier, and I have many reasons to back it now too.
Did you look at that stuff I sent you?
Not just yet, bro. I'm telling you, I can't get to it just yet, but I'm gonna get it.
Okay,
because I've seen bits and pieces now. Like somebody else posted it, so I kind of seen it, but I'm gonna get to it.
So basically, out of any NFL head coach right now, who do you think could maximize what we have? Not just Tua, but maximize what we have in the organization, as far as defense, as far as offensive line.
Mike Tomlin.
Look at this boy. Like, I hate when people like these bots and stuff. Let me block this user.
One.
Like, oh my God, bro. People like all these spam and stuff like that. So Mike, you said Mike Tomlin?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Mike Tomlin.
I love Mike Tomlin. That's
it's like, how can you not respect that? Like what he does for a team. And I mean, if you ask me, I think we got his type of organization, He actually comes somewhere where it's like his talent, it's not too many like ego like that. It's not so much ego. It just looks like it'll be his type of town and his type of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel.
So you said Mike McDaniels. Why would you want Mike McDaniels? What's some of his qualities that you've seen, or
just to hear this guy always reflecting on the trenches? It's like that's beautiful, because and it almost seems like one of those what's the word we're looking for, like a foreshadow almost, when it's like offensive line. It's like we need that. Like that's a screaming need. And you remember the other day you brought up Jensen, for example, for the Bucks.
Yeah.
And it's like Tom Brady just retired. The Bucks are about to break up. So we need to go get him. So you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. So I know, like, if we get that guy, he's going to try to look for those type of people. We need the Armsteads at the freaking left tackle. We need the Brandon, we need the Sheriffs. Like, we need these people.
So and that's that. I'm glad that you said that, because one of the things that I think about now, that I've been thinking about, like, where does that lead? Because obviously Flores is one of the young and we're going to develop type approach, and obviously he cannot develop talent whether you like it or not. Who developed under his watch, like really blossom under his watch, like you have rookies that that's that was their baseline coming in, like that was their floor, and they grow naturally. But over time, that's what I'm saying. Austin Jackson, under his staff, Austin Jackson has just become a wreck. Like, I love the pick coming out. Like, I loved Austin Jackson, how late we got him at a premium position. The only reason he fell, that most people say he fell, was because he had just gave bone marrow to his sister that offseason. So the strength wasn't going to be there. The things that, made Austin Jackson what he was at UFC was not there. And he was extremely young and raw. Like, so you take those attributes that he had, and you're supposed to make that something, better.
Yeah, like
and he literally
it didn't
regrets.
happen. Like it didn't. He regressed dramatically, and it's like we were watching Austin Jackson when he first got into the NFL, and it's like it wasn't the best,
Mm-hmm.
but it was some protection he was given. It was better than this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the kid is athletic enough to, do his thing. I seen him pancaking people, like driving people into the dirt this year. So it's not like he can't do it. It's just more or less like, is this a mental thing? Is this like the teaching is off? Like, why is the hand placement not there? Why are people not knowing who to block? Like, why is there so much double blocking? Like, it's just too crazy. It's like when you look at the Dolphins O line, you're like, how can you learn anything when you don't even have consistency within the O line? Like one play you're going to be running an RPO, then the next play you're going to be running like single, like no, like empty backfield. And it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about. It seems like it's always Tua, that it's Tua fault, Tua this, Tua that, but they don't talk about how guys didn't develop. That Brian Flores coaching staff was horrible. Like so just imagine. So wait. So just imagine you're my supervisor, right? We're working at, like we like to say, checkers.
Mm-hmm.
Checkers, you better, shoot us the plug. We need the plug on Checkers. So just imagine we're at Checkers, right? You're my manager. I'm on the burger board making burgers. You're looking at me making burgers, and you're like, my God, I hired the most slowest burger maker ever. I have to get on the board and make it. Why am I here? Like, if you have to come down from your manager spot and make the burgers that I couldn't make fast enough, what does that say about you as a manager? Is it all me, or did you not show me correctly? Like, that's what
Mm-hmm.
happened with Josh Boyd. He literally was not doing his job, and he had to come do his job that he hired him for. That happened. Bless you, baby. That happened,
Yeah.
and nobody talks about that.
And
That's
it's ridiculous.
that's one of the main. That's a main thing that happened. That's something important happened that he had to take over because of his lack thereof knowing who to put in his staff. I
Mm-hmm.
like God see a Studsville, a Fry, and like
I'm okay with them being assistants to the position, that they're at. Like stud, like which one was the tight ends coach? I forgot.
Gotsy and and
God, it's
Studs
like
and Studsville, the running back coach, or was the running
so.
back coach.
Well, Studsville, like I'm not gonna lie here. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's one that can he can go. Um, Godsey. If we didn't have a Mike Gesicki, because Mike Gesicki could kind of hide some flaws there because he's actually developing.
Mm.
So you can keep him. I mean, you can keep him but how does Gesicki feel about him? How does the tight ends feel about him at the end of the day? How does the quarterbacks feel about him? So it's like that's the question that needs to be addressed. But I feel like if we have like a McDaniels coming in with him being so cool and stuff like that, he's gonna figure it out. I just feel like he'll look at it and just be like, okay, this is
So
what we gonna do.
let's take a deeper dive into that. So, um, Mike McDaniel, obviously a young coach, and literally, what's in the Super Bowl? Who are the coaches in the Super Bowl right now? A 36 and a 36. How old Zach Taylor is? I think Zach Taylor is 36 as well, or 37. Um,
Something
literally,
young.
we have two young coaches, and like literally, they were only. I remember when I was coming up, like just watching. Like literally, there were no young coaches. If you wasn't 40 plus, like literally, you was not getting that job. I think Tomlin. If I can remember correct, I can't remember who was the coaches at that time because it's been like what 10 years now, 12 years since he's been the coach at the Steelers. Like I think he was like the youngest coach at the time when he was like 36 or something like that.
Yeah, like 35, I think, when he got his job.
You might be right, but it's like
Yeah.
literally I think it's one of those shifts, those shifts that's about to happen. And we had the young coach Adam Gase, but obviously Adam Gase was a product of Peyton Manning. He had
Yeah.
literally he wrecked the effing Dolphins, and the Jets was like, "Oh, you effed up over there? I need you to F up over here. So literally he proved that he wasn't it. Literally he
You know
proved
why I
that.
wouldn't want Mahinmi? Like my thing is with him, because I just want to actually bring him up because it's just messing with me. And I'm like, the reason why I wouldn't want that guy is because I just feel like that wouldn't be right for Tua's growth. If we, like I feel like he's a great coach, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like with how Kansas City's offense was, and we try to bring that, I don't think it'll work out. You feel me? I don't think it'll work out for some reason.
I think so. One of the things that when you have like literally when your team is basically so, all right, I'm gonna break it down like this. In my perspective, disagree with me if you feel like you need to disagree with me. So when we look at Joe Burrow, is Joe Burrow better than Patrick Mahomes? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't honestly. He's not a better like he doesn't have a better arm. Is he more accurate? That's up for debate. I think
That's
they're
debatable. Yeah.
that I think they're
Pretty close.
1A, 1B type situation.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was a 32 team draft, I think Patrick Mahomes go one. I think Joe Burrow go two. Like honestly, I honestly believe like that, and probably Justin Herbert go three. I think Russell Wilson is kind of like literally not sure where he's at right now, but honestly, that's one of these. I don't know what this somebody's trying to hack our stuff, bro. Like literally spam and shit. I hate people. Like it's crazy. But hold
Oh, get what you're saying. Let me go to YouTube because I can't because my phone sucks.
so basically when you build a team, that's why when people say, "Oh, we need that guy helps." Joe Burrow helps. Don't get it twisted. Joe Burrow is doing things that Andy Dalton couldn't do with similar talent around him. Andy Dalton had talent around him. He had AJ Green, AJ MF and Green. Like his stats is up there with Julio's. Like his stats are crazy. Like he was a All Pro MF and Green. Like you see, they keep on. Online, like this is like people have no life, but literally, and he didn't do anything. He couldn't take him to the promised land. So to see Joe Burrow do what he did
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. Like
That's impressive. Yeah.
literally,
Smoking Joe.
Smoking Joe. You kept on telling me, which let me finish my point.
No,
So
go ahead.
basically, literally everything is on Patrick Mahomes. They don't like literally everything is on his arm. And when things don't go right, the team goes wrong. Like and Joe Burrow, he only threw for 250 yards. It wasn't crazy, but it was a systematic comeback through the running game, defense,
Mm-hmm.
and the quarterback. Kansas City don't have no defense.
Unfortunately, yeah.
They basically got to outpoint you. Like they don't have that knockout power. They have to outpoint you.
Yeah.
And if something happens, literally, the Bengals adjust their defense. The Chiefs kept on doing the same thing. The things that were open in the first and second quarter was not available, and they were basically, I don't want to say calling the same plays, but they was calling like the same reads, the same things.
If Chris Jones ain't wrecking the game completely on their defense, and it's crazy to say like a defensive lineman interior guy, but like he got that Aaron Donald type of effect for that defense. I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, but for like that effect he brings to it, if he doesn't have like 3 sacks and 6 tackles, it's like, it's gonna be a rough game for them. Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, he gotta have like a pick. It has to be a pick. It just has to, like, everything has to be clicking on their defense for them to have a complete game. Their offense, you know what they're going to bring from offense, but it's like that defense, if something goes wrong with them. They still haven't fixed that.
So literally, the Chiefs scored 3 points the whole second half, 30 minutes, and they were only able to manage 3 points. Patrick Mahomes 2 interceptions, one big man interception, and another one was deflected, hit Tyreek Hill hands. Yeah, I don't like. I wanted the Chiefs to win, but that can happen, and that literally shows me that the better team won. If that makes sense, the better overall team won. Bengals have the better overall team. Do they have the best team in the NFL? Probably not. But
their record tells you that they're 10-7, but it's like to bring it together, like it comes down to Zach Taylor might have to get Coach of the Year because, like,
I agree.
Like what he did is kind of crazy. It's like I know we can talk about like all the beautiful records going throughout the season, but it's like when you're able to bring a team that's technically not supposed to be in the playoffs, like 10-7, and then now y'all are like going to the Super Bowl. It comes down to like it's more than the players at that point. Like this guy is connecting with his team, like they're on another level, another wavelength. They're on the level where their kicker is confident enough to come out and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna seal the game." Like their kicker has like a line, like your kicker has a line to end the game. Like that's confidence. That's like as a team, as a unit, that's like, bro, how, like, you know what I'm saying? That tells a lot about you to be able to bring the team together in those last few weeks and then get here in the playoffs. Like it's just amazing.
So I don't know if you know about Mr. Evan McPherson, Money Matt, but literally he was a trick shot kicker as well. He did, like, I looked at a couple of his highlights. I actually looked at a lot of his trick shot kicks highlights and stuff. Literally he had kicked the ball from the field to like up into the stands and knocked the bottle top off of it like a soda.
Oh wow.
So like the man is different. And one of the craziest things that happened was when they drafted him, the amount of flack they got because they were thinking about Ruby. What is it? Aguayo? Florida State, one of the most
like that guy. Like, so what is he, like a Publix bagger now?
Yeah, he's probably like a Publix bagger now. But a lot of people literally said that about him. It was like, oh wow, they picked the kicker. Wow, you wasted a pick. Just imagine if they don't have McPherson right now. How many games they would have lost? If you don't like literally, if you don't have that guy.
I would love to talk to that Gallo guy because that is kind of crazy. Now that you bring that up,
the yips, just like Hayden Hurst. His fastball was crazy, and he got the yips. It's one of those things that is unexplainable.
Literally, like this dude was like breaking so much records at Florida State, and then it's just like he comes to the NFL and it's like everything is, and I mean, he had the best opportunity as a kicker. Like, bro, you're not even leaving home. Like, you're in Florida, you're back. You feel me? You're like 4 hours away from Jacksonville. Is it like? I mean, not Jacksonville, Tallahassee.
Tampa, yeah.
Like Jesus Christmas. So it's just like wow. Like,
so it's just one of those things. But Joe Burrow, like you said, you have been telling me, he is the truth, bro. I didn't want to believe it. I was okay with the Dolphins. One of the things that we need to discuss, that we discussed off camera early on in the day, was how reports, it's like they're trying to kick the Dolphins while we're down, because it's reports Dolphins tried to trade 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. That's not they're trying to flip it as it's a defamation or another stab in the heart of Tua. That's kind of how they're trying to spin it. They didn't draft Tua yet. They didn't just draft Justin Herbert yet. They didn't draft anybody. They could have drafted somebody else with that pick. Like literally, they could have drafted anybody. It just happened to be Tua. They said Joe Burrow was 1A, Tua was 1B. They were happy. They wanted Joe Burrow, but they were happy with Tua. And like I sent you another video about Justin. I don't know if you watched that video about Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I did.
Which every sports analyst, media critic had this man like the 17th pick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing when we were, the little Dolphins group that we in, I was cool with passing on Tua and drafting Tristan. Now, I don't want to get this twisted. I wanted Tua. I wanted Tua over Justin Herbert, 1,000%. But I seen a mock draft that I had liked, that had Dolphins drafting Tristan Wirfs at 5 and getting Justin Herbert at the 18th. I think we had the 18th pick or something like that year, 18th or 17th pick. And I was like, okay, you get a bona fide superstar at right tackle, which I thought Tristan Wirfs, that's what it was coming out. Or I was even cool with drafting Tua and trying to get that guy, trade him back up a couple picks to like 15th or 16th to get that guy. But Tampa Bay took him at 13 because it was his blind side. I wanted that guy because it was Tua's blind side, and we had a deficiency, Jesse Davis, at right tackle. Robert Hunt. Eventually got Robert Hunt and stuff like that. But so that's one of those things that the media just try to spin, and like, okay, they did try to trade for him. What team didn't call the Bengals to see how serious it was? It was like, okay, we'll give you 2 draft picks and this player.
It's like we just got to remember, like, it's all about putting pieces together. It's like the Bengals just happened to have a piece that they needed. It's just like, like you had the coach put in place. Are we not going to talk about how the coach and the staff and the organization in general were able to get the Bengals, who have not, like, who's been one of the most worst like franchises ever, and they're actually going to a Super Bowl? No hating on the Bengals. I used to play with them in Madden, and y'all had Rudy Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, Huzman Zada, Carson Palmer. I messed with them. I messed with them very heavy. You feel me? But it's just like, to see it finally happen, it's like, dang, that's kind of cool. You feel me? But that took like a group effort. You know what I'm saying?
And one of the things that like people try, it's like they try to say Bengals offensive line is the worst in the league, which is not true. They don't have the best line. They don't have a top 10, top 15 line, but they have a decent line. It's it's a decent line. Isaiah Princess, we had him on the Dolphins, and we know he trash. We know he shouldn't be starting in the NFL. But Riley Riff got injured. Next man up, So
number 20th, and I'd rather deal with number 20th. Like, I mean, I think we would get a lot of production out of Tua, because it's like my favorite thing that I always like looking at when we compare Tua to these other quarterbacks. It's like, you really can't right now. It's like, it's not like the only one that's making like these super impressive passes where it's like, oh, these are things of like top 10 on NFL or ESPN all the time, is Justin Herbert. If you really want to be honest, Joe Burrow is just making, if anything, you can only compare Joe Burrow and Tua, because more or less they're going to be competing with like efficiency. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow, when you have like somebody like that, where it's like you got the person to put the ball in the right place, and then you got all these dang Ferraris and Hellcats and Scat Packs. Like, what the hell? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, people, like, if you look at the stats, like, if we just run the stats really quick, I seen somebody literally in the Dolphins group try to really sit up here and say, there was like, outside of Jamar Chase, who else does the Bengals have? And
they
it's
don't
like
the Bengals.
And it's like, how could you even sit up here and do something that disingenuous? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, if we're going to be talking football, we got to, like, come on, man. Like, you can't just be sitting up here.
If you really believe that the Bengals only have Jamar Chase, you don't watch football. You don't watch football, let alone the Bengals. You don't watch none of their games. And I've watched almost every Bengals game this year, and some of them I watched twice because, that's what I do. I like to watch football, especially.
Think about this. Jamar Chase, yes, he had a touchdown. The kid just scores. Touchdown in him.
Different. He different.
That's just his best friend. Like, at this point, the end zone and Jamar Chase, they're just the best friends. Cool. Like, it made no sense. They're like they're an idol. I'm gonna just say him in the end zone.
No. That's a sneaky league. because he always there.
Yeah, like
He always
that's
there.
the thing. But the point that I want to make here, look at his stats: 6 receptions, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. You know who was leading their receiving room?
It's probably T. Higgins.
T. Higgins. 6 receptions, 103 yards. He didn't have a touchdown, but he had a big 44-yard catch.
So it's just one of those things. So Jamar Chase. So okay, if they shut down Waddle, if they literally say, okay, we're not going to let you have Waddle, we love Uncle Vontae. You know we love Uncle Vontae. But it's like literally he doesn't make the separate. He doesn't get that type of separation deep downfield. On his slants, he get the separation. But like running his, his post or his comebacks and stuff, like he don't get that much separation. It's more of a jump ball to him, and that's fine. T. Higgins gets separation, and also he's a very efficient route runner. That's what a lot of people don't give him credit for. But he also can make the jump balls.
You know how I'm going to jump in, because it's like with Vontae, I'm going to always keep it the same way. And we're going to say, okay, look at the stats. He's not getting the separation. I'm going to always keep it like this. What offensive coordinator has this man had that can put a play together where it's like you can utilize his strengths? Jalen Waddle is going to get open. He runs like a 4-1. You know what I'm saying? He runs like a 4-1, bro. Who's going to stick that? He runs a 4-1 and he can run routes. Who's going to stick that? And then when it's like they talk about Mike Gesicki, he's 6'6". What separation is he necessarily going to get? Why aren't we running?
Oh no, he get kind of separation. He get separation here and there. But it's like he does get
separation. Every time he does get separation, he gets a penalty. And I'm not saying Gesicki, I'm not saying he's pushing off. I'm just saying those refs are like they hate on you when you're doing too well, because I be seeing Gesicki get people and they be calling. I'm like, wow, they just took away that big 30-yard pass that Tua threw to him, and then people be like, he ain't threw nothing deep. I just watched Gesicki get separation off of somebody, and the ref called a penalty.
So one of the things about Gesicki, so they harp on him not being able to block, being able to block. Travis Kelce he's a willing blocker. Travis Kelce is a willing blocker. CJ Uzma, he's a willing blocker. Kyle Pitts is not that good of a blocker, but the man went over 1,000 yards because they put those type people in positions to succeed. You take it's just a tell. You take Gesicki out, 9 times out of 10 we about to run the ball. 7 times out of 10 we about to run the ball. Those plays that Durham Smythe running off from the line, like literally, if you watch Kittle is an awesome blocker. He's a crazy good blocker.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But literally, he'll line up and he'll dip his shoulder and run his route. Like he don't even. Sometimes he doesn't even chip. Like he'll be on the line, dip his shoulder, go out, run his route. Travis Kelce do the same thing. Always in motion. You have that. Was he third in receptions or something like that this year?
Receiving yards.
Receiving yards.
They had like 56 receptions for like damn near 800 yards. Like what?
Like
what are we doing?
You put this man on the field a little bit more. Just imagine how many times he was taking. We watched the Dolphins game. We watched them over. Just imagine how many times this man was off the field or played. Like I should pull up his percentage. How many the percent of times he was in the game. Like
you know what I said at the beginning of the season. I was like, this is how the offense needs to look if we wanted to succeed. Let's start with Uncle Parker, Uncle Vontae. Mm-hmm. I said he was gonna get about 4. You target him about 5, maybe 6 times. You give him like 3 quick slants, probably 2 deep routes. He gonna get about 4 or 6 of them. Probably about 70 yards. You can get a TD if you do a freaking slant or a damn fade route in the end zone. And then we said that Waddle is going to be the main target. He needs about 10 targets. Gesicki, he's going to need a lot of targets too. And then Will Fuller, since he's going to be taking the top off, you give him like 3 targets or whatever, 4 targets. He's already over 100.
Yeah.
We didn't do that
at all. Well, when Will Fuller, got the, I ain't trying to speak ill of, players, but I don't. So now that I know what I know about Flores, I don't know if it was one of those situations where Flores maybe rubbed him the wrong way. And he was just like, yeah, I'm not, bro. I'm checked out.
I'm just not here. Yeah, it could have, because at the end of the day, bro, we don't know. Flores just seemed like a tyrant out there. So it's like, and I'm not, and I don't want to, s on the man while he's, trying to in his coaching search. But I would want to say this. I'm not going to take no credit for what's going on because it's other YouTubers who have definitely called this out already. But during the times where Flores was like, where we can watch some of the Dolphins games and we can see kind of like certain issues where you're like, wow, like, why isn't he taking up for Tua in a obvious situation where it's like, yo, you got to say that about your quarterback. And then it's like you let those rumors linger for like 7 weeks. I was like, that's a fireable offense. Like, he was doing a lot of things that just didn't make sense for the organization, didn't make sense for like the confidence of your quarterback or the confidence of your team, let alone like how do you I mean, have we ever seen a situation where a coach has vehemently made it like known that he wants to make it uncomfortable for his quarterback? I see quarterbacks struggling, like rookie or young quarterbacks struggling because they're just not that good or they're making mistakes and stuff like that. Like Zach Wilson, for example, I'm pretty sure he came into the NFL super hyped, super confident.
Mm-hmm.
They done took him down. So it's like, imagine for Tua where it's like, damn, I'm actually winning games and I'm still getting knocked down. So it's ridiculous.
I'm just looking at the percent, his offensive percentage snaps. Just
Will Fuller?
no, bless you, baby. I'm looking at Mike Gesicki's, bro. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at his. Like, you have a Pro Bowl type, All Pro type, what you call it. He should not. So literally, I know it was our run. We was running heavy. That's why he wasn't there. Like, like he should never be under 80%. He should always be
Look at that
80
game
plus.
where it was 12 targets. Who do we play? Who do we play? That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta. So I remember he went crazy that game.
No,
So 10.
he had 8 targets.
Oh, okay. No. I'm looking at. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the
Jacksonville.
Vegas game. I'm
Oh,
looking
the
at
Vegas.
Vegas game. The week 3.
Oh wow. Oh, 12.
Yes. So it's like you get 10 receptions, 85 yards, and no touchdowns, of course, because they don't know how to use them. So then in Indianapolis, you still get like 5 receptions, you get a touchdown, and you get 57 yards. And then Tampa, of course, jabroni. But then look when Tua comes back. Soon as Tua comes back, 9 targets, 8 receptions, 115 damn yards.
And we lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And then you got the Atlanta game, 785, a touchdown. And that was a game of the tight ends because remember, Cal Pitts had like I think a $1.15 or $1.10, something like that.
We got this guy saying this is my brother-in-law. He said Tua was and is not the answer.
And then let's
You
see.
always welcome to come on and debate, bro.
Yeah, that would be fun. It's always fun to hear someone's takes on Tua. But
If you want to get on, let me know. The link can be sent.
but it's like the only thing I can really say is that you like going back to McDaniel, right? For example,
Yeah.
I felt like he's great for Tua because he's not going to come in there and try to force it. Like, okay, we got to force you to look good. Like, we just need to win as a team. So I feel like we're going to work on the trenches. We're going to work on the run game. And then Tua can just work off of that. He's still very young, bro. It's like he's still learning he's learning the NFL. Like, and it's like he's learning it in a situation where it's like, has anyone ever seen this, like an offensive lineman that bad? Like, I mean, come on now.
The man literally has 2 winning seasons. His first 2 years in the NFL are winning seasons.
Can you pull up the stats of like our offensive linemen real quick by any chance? Like, I don't know if you can pull that up.
Like, what do you want to see?
Because like I would like to see pressures or something, like where we were at, like what was the ranking, something easy like the rankings of each of those, like of Austin Jackson, Jesse Davis, and who was our other worst guy? Austin Jackson, Jesse Eichenberg, Liam Eichenberg.
I think
So
that's why we gonna have to get PFF. Hold
Okay,
on, because those stats are on PFF.
because I was like, I need to know something with that because it's like that's not even fair, bro. Like we never seen like they got a high school offensive lineman playing against grown NFL people. Like you can't have your right tackle, your manly position in your quarterback's lap. It's not cool. Like your center
Yeah.
can't not know where to be blocking at right now. You're like Robert Hunt. I be looking at him playing. I'm like, bro, this man got like 5 assignments, bro. Like I'm like, this man, he's watching the snap. He's letting the center know. He's also like doing all the chip blocks. I'm like, this man has like 4 jobs, bro. This man is like hustle man off of Martin, bro. Like this man got all the jobs, dog. Like
Oh my god,
that man
bro!
got a block for him and Jesse Davis and Tua.
Like you can't make statements like that, J Rock, and not say nothing, bro. Like if you got, I want to hear what you got to say, bro. But yeah, I can't find it yet. We have to snatch up PFF to see
We'll
what.
get that. Yeah, we'll get into that because we need these stats definitely, like how we usually be able to do. Because that's a great stat to bring up. Because I mean, come on now, like, well, hold on, like I was saying, like a good
Look at
rank.
that! Look at that!
Oh, come on, J Rod, don't do Parker like
I'm
that, bro.
the link. I will just send me that email to my phone, and I'll send you the link, bro. All you need is
You know how
you don't
I
even need
always rock when
you
you know
don't
when
even need a
people.
camera. All you need is your phone. You can be on here without you don't want need to see you.
I can do something else for him, dog. Because when I just gotta come on, bro. Like,
So
Vontae Parker,
so so
appreciate you.
J Rock, literally, do you know that we have the 31st rushing tag in the league? Like literally, we don't have any. It's literally all on tour. Like literally, it's no threat of the run. The offensive play calling was like,
Yeah.
so
So
this
hold
man
on.
said, hold on. He said, send it to him.
I got I got something that I want to definitely show the
Go
no
ahead. You
show. Yeah.
put your send it to the what you call it. Ask to share your stream, and I'll send it in there.
Okay. So can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Do you have that on like? Send me your email. Text me your email so I can send it to you. Send it to you, bro. Do
So
you
can J Rock see this?
have? Yeah,
Can he
that
see this? Like, just let me know if he can see this. Because I'm not on the screen right now, so I can't. Because I need J Rock to say yes, I can see your screen.
they can see it.
Okay. So J Rock, pay close attention to Exhibit A. Oh my God.
Running back.
So J Rock, did you not see? So I want you to pay attention to the title here. I want you to pay attention to the title here, and
Okay.
then I want you to look at the. So now we're looking at the play. Oh my God. He just jumped 20 feet in the air, J Rock. What can I do with that? What can I do with that? Can you imagine being there at the stadium watching that, bro? Just magnificent. Look at that. Damn, boy, I can't believe this. Damn, boy. Look at it. You just don't stand a chance. You just don't stand a chance. I'm over your head. You can't do anything. Like, coach, he's little. He's little, coach. He's little. So,
Hey, send it to my because I gotta send it on I gotta send it through. Bro, just text me your email because I gotta send it through email. I can't send it through the phone. I have to send it through email. Send me so I can get you. We need you on here talking about. We need you right now because you texting. You know them fingers not faster than that. I know. So just text me your email and I'll send you that link. But so So back to what I was saying. So basically, he asked about what I think about the run game.
Mm-hmm.
What is there
What
to
do you
say
think
about that
about
run?
that
Like,
catch?
okay, no. so he said Dolphins. He said Dolphins run game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 30.
Dang.
Hold on,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
She's gonna go to
Hold on. All right.
Google.
Talk about something right quick, Elder. While I do this,
All right.
I'll send this to him.
So I'm just trying to go to Jesse Davis offensive line rank. Let me just see if I can just find it. Like,
Yeah, I got it, bro. I'm about to send it to you right now. Go, get ready to go to your email. I'm about to send it to you.
oh my goodness, my spelling is so abysmal right now. Okay, let's see what they give us. Hey, it's not showing the ranking, but what I am seeing, it is showing like the PFF thing. So, oh man,
Like we was clearly the 32nd offensive lineman in the league. That's not up for debate.
yeah, it's not even like this one. It's just like it shows like how bad he is, but it doesn't show how bad he is.
And that's the blind side. That's your blind side.
So okay, let's see where we're at right now.
I sent it, bro. So just I sent it. So literally, so what I'm saying is, what was I saying? Oh, the offense. That was the offensive rushing attack. He actually, I want him. I want him on here because I want to hear his. I want to hear what he has to say about it first.
Yeah, because this is crazy. Like it's like they just look at this. As of September, this is an article for September 30th, 2021. Let me see. Oh, this from MiamiHerald.com. Damn, it definitely ain't gonna let me see that one.
I
Miami
sent it, bro.
Herald.
So go to your email and just click the link.
I feel like Miami Herald should be able to get that to us for the free ski because the horrible stuff they put out about the Dolphins.
Boy, they just the Miami Herald, like it's like when you have so much stuff to do in Miami, like with your boy, I ain't gonna say his name because they ain't giving me my props on my what you call it. I ain't saying nobody else names on my junk because when we do eventually get to a point, like they could have just said, the YouTube channel DC Kai. They could have just boom YouTube channel DC Kai. DC Kai. We don't know his name, but his YouTube channel is called DC Kai. Made the video. I'm about to add this boy in. Let's see what this boy got to say, man. What's good, J Rock?
What it do? What it do?
All right, we don't use ends. We try not to use ends.
No,
We try
no
not to
cussing,
cuss.
no ends. Got you. Got you.
So this man, so literally, okay, Dennis, this is my brother-in-law. This J Rock in the flesh. He lived literally next to the stadium.
Amen.
He can swim across a small pond, and he's at the stadium, literally. So this man sit up here. He says Tua ain't the answer. I'm gonna let him speak. What you got for me, bro?
Okay, wait. First, I want to answer the question about the run team. First,
Wait,
right?
hold on. Can you see my screen with the O lineman stats here, and then you can go ahead.
Hold
on. Yes, I can see your screen with the O lineman stats. But okay,
we don't have a. Oh, never mind, bro. Okay, go ahead, bro.
I see this. Listen, I see it. But the problem is, firing Brian Flores was not the answer.
Okay.
The problem
Let me
was
speak though.
the
Let me.
problem was
Okay.
the GM for the Miami Dolphins have been making very, very horrible selections. Right?
Okay.
Very horrible selections in the draft. You guys took a wide receiver when you needed a running back. You could have got Najee Harris over Weddle. Okay, Weddle worked out for you guys, right? But the problem is you didn't need him. You got Will Fuller. You got Devontae Parker. You got the sticky. You didn't need him. I don't see a team that has a slot receiver as their number one receiver making the playoffs and actually doing something in the playoffs.
Okay, I would. I'm gonna stop you right there because my guy that just the Triple Crown champion right now, a little number 10, a little small guy that's a slot receiver from the Rams. He's
Cooper
there. Cool.
Cup.
I know his name. I know his name. I know
Cooper
his
Cup.
name. I know his name. That's a slot receiver, my guy.
Yes, he's a slot receiver. But
right?
Make it to the playoffs. Success.
But they have a quarterback. They have the quarterback. They have the run game. They have the quarterback. They have the defense to back it up. Now, I give the Miami Dolphins credit for this one thing. Even though the last 10 years, y'all played been subpar all season long.
Okay.
Right? And then every year, probably the last 7 to 8 games of the year, you guys go on a win streak, or you pick it up and you actually play. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can compare Cooper Cup to a Weddle. Cooper Cup is superior, for one.
Rookie versus a 6-year pro, but
yes, but that should tells you how can a rookie goes to a NFL organization and becomes the number one option when you have a receiver, right, who's bigger, who's physical, and who was supposed to be the number one guy in Parker.
Are you asking? I'm
asking a question.
Let me know when you finish.
Who's the number one, Weddle or Parker?
Waddle.
Okay. So my question is, why does you guys stick with Devontae Parker instead of trading him?
Because Devontae Parker sitting at about I think 10 mil, bro, or 7 mil, 5 mil. Like you could pay him very cheap for the
production. His pay worth his production.
Yeah, it is actually. We're actually getting a steal for him.
Okay, you're getting a steal. Now, what do you remember? What number you guys selected Devontae Parker?
Number 15.
2015. 15 overall.
Draft, 15th overall pick.
Now, 15 overall. Do you think he lived up to his hype?
No, not really. Injuries.
First round, 15 overall.
Injuries,
horrible coaching staffs. I mean, he kind of had a kind of messed up career too, you know. He didn't have the best kind of situation. Like all these other receivers that you can talk about, remember when Michael Thomas tried to get on Devontae Parker, and it's dude, you got a Hall of Fame quarterback throwing to you. When Drew Brees wasn't there, he kind of was on hush mode, you know. His stats were not really showing. And then on top of that, it's only a few receivers that's gonna really transcend their quarterbacks. That's your TOs. That's your DeAndre Hopkins. It's only I don't do we think Devontae Adams is, and I love Devontae Adams. His route running is crazy, but does he do that or look as flawless without Aaron Rodgers? You know what I'm saying? It's certain situations. And then also to answer another question, what was Matthew Stafford what was his record before he went to the Rams against teams over 500?
It was very, very bad.
It was 10-70. So I mean, we can't just kind of throw everything at Tua, it's like we never seen anything like this where it's like the quarterback has to be everything. Like it's like, what about the team? You know what I'm saying? Like Patty Mahomes, it's only a few quarterbacks that's gonna transcend the team. Patty Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and I mean, still look at Aaron Rodgers. Did he go to the Super Bowl this year? No, but I mean,
they literally had the best team left. Next to the Rams, they had the best team left.
Question: yeah. You guys selected Tua at what position?
Quarterback.
Yeah, 5.
No. In the draft.
5.
Okay, Joe Burrow was off the draft board.
2020. Rock.
What about Herbert? 2020. What about Herbert?
That's 2020. Hindsight 2020. But nobody had Herbert doing this good.
What about Herbert?
Oh, I can answer that question. He's amazing. One of the best things we ever seen, right? But is he that transcendent talent, like I was just saying or referring to with like an Aaron Rodgers or a
He has the potential.
Mahomes.
He has the potential.
And
he has the potential.
But literally, so J-Rock. So what
he has the potential.
Wait. What's his record? What's his overall record?
Like you say, it's not about the team record. It's about getting the right record around him. Listen, he haven't had the right coaching staff around him. He haven't had the right receivers around him.
Listen,
he has a great receiving core, but in prime time situations, those guys get butterfingers, and we all know that.
Okay, so you said that about his receivers, right? So
yeah,
would you take the Chargers supporting cast or the Dolphins supporting cast? Offensive line included.
Dolphins.
So let me ask a funny joke right quick. Let me ask.
No. Dolphins. You know why?
Explain why.
Because the Dolphins does not have the best supporting cast on offense, but the defense is magnificent. Do you know how many games you guys were supposed to get blowed out? But the defense kept you guys so close into the game, right? Or the defense was save the game for you guys, right? And then Tua in key situations throw picks, fumble the ball.
That's untrue.
Let me ask this.
Untrue.
How many great quarterbacks have you ever seen on the sideline when the game is almost done and they say, "Oh my goodness, I wish for a tie in a moment like this"?
None.
Justin Herbert did that.
So hold on, J-Rock. I need to ask you something. So I'm not trying to call out your football intelligence or anything like that. Do you know who's on the Chargers roster right now? Well, who was on the Chargers roster this past season?
Far as what position?
Wide receivers, tight end,
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, running back.
Austin Eckler.
Is it Philip Lindsay, if I'm not mistaken, for running back?
We got Philip Lindsay. He was
okay. So
literally, Austin Eckler. Do you know how many?
Yeah, Austin Eckler. I'm sorry, I always get those two confused.
Do you know how many times he scored this year?
Do I know how many times what?
He scored this year.
No, I haven't.
So literally, he almost beat LaDainian Tomlinson record for the Chargers. That's how good he was. He had
the Damian Tomlinson record was 17 touchdowns or 20. Which one was it?
It was like 28. It was like 28
in a season.
30. I want to say
in a season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally over 1,000 yards rushing, over 600, 700 yards receiving. Like literally, that man lapped our two best running backs. He lapped in production. Keenan Allen, 1,000 plus. Mike Williams, I think he had like 9 something or 8 something. You can pull that up. Like like literally everything about them. Their offensive line was ranked like 17th or 16th. Their defense was not the best defense this year. They were ranked like 24th. But literally, it is what it is. So what I'm saying, as an organization, they're above us.
Ooh.
I was wrong.
That boy had 2,000 yard receivers right there.
Oh, so he did get a stat.
Well, listen. You cannot look at 1,000-yard receiving the same. It's an extra game. If you can't look at 1,000 yards rushing right now the same. It's an extra game. If you take the average running back or average receiver, if they can
He
just
had 1,000
average
yards last year
60
too.
yards a game, they'll get 1,000+ yards a game on the season.
But literally, he had 1,000 last year too. These people are like, I get what you're saying. So let me go
that
back.
makes sense. I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
Can't value the yards the same.
No. Let's take it back. So you said Dolphins picked Tua at 5. I'm gonna send you a video, and I'll show you how highly people thought of Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is not supposed to be who he is right now. That's what people thought of him.
No. I know. It was like, but listen, who would you rather take? A quarterback coming off a hip surgery, a major injury, possibility. This is my problem with the Dolphins, right? You took Tannehill. He was an old receiver, didn't really prove himself as a quarterback, but you took Tannehill. That's okay. Let's leave Tannehill out of this because
no. I want you to
that's a great point.
it was plenty of quarterbacks you could have took instead, but you took Tannehill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you guys chose not to take Drew Brees.
Wait, hold on. So you know how long Tannehill was our quarterback, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Close to what? What, 6 seasons?
7 years, yeah.
Yes.
7 seasons?
I thought it was 8.
8? I might be off or over by 1.
2018. No. He was about 10 years, almost 10 years. Go ahead.
Okay. So now, with that being said, look at you guys' quarterback history, right? Will Greer.
To make my point.
Will Greer, which is y'all GM.
Chris,
right?
Chris.
Right?
So he was in the GM all these years too. So you gotta be careful with that. When he was in the GM.
I know that, but
Mike
he was the GM. He was the GM that took Tannehill. He was the GM that took Tua over Herbert. I understand. Nobody knew who Herbert was going to be, but at the same time, you chance an injured quarterback coming off a major surgery, career-ending surgery over a top-tier prospect at quarterback.
Okay.
With better mechanics, the bigger arm, and more accurate.
Let me stop you right there. So I watched all of Justin Herbert's game at Oregon. Like I literally watched every game that he did at Oregon. I watched. So when you said Ryan Tannehill, Ryan Tannehill is the prototypical quarterback, 6'4", big arm, mobile.
But he wasn't a quarterback.
Listen to me. Let me complete my thing. So literally, we had 10 years of Tannehill. Basically, we passed up on a injured Drew Brees because we thought that he was not going to return to form. So we passed up on Drew Brees with Dante Culpepper, the prototypical 6'4" big arm quarterback. So we literally did that with Tannehill. With Drew Brees. We passed up on him. Had every stat known to a quarterback man when he retired. When you come down to Justin Herbert was inaccurate at Oregon. He improved his accuracy, but he was around 63% completion percentage at Oregon. Right, where Tua was around 68-70 completion, just literally lapped him in every statistical category while he was at Alabama and he was at Oregon. Let me finish.
Alabama.
Alabama. Let me finish, big dog. Let me finish. So Justin Herbert was literally at lesser what do you want to say, school. Oregon did not have the talent around that Tua had. That is true. But what you just said with Ryan Tannehill, the prototypical, we just literally had that 10 years. We passed up on Drew, the major injury, the torn labrum on his thorn shoulder. We never thought he was going to be the same. So literally, they did the opposite this time because of what they did in the past, passing up on Drew Brees. They did the opposite this time. Tua, he had a major injury, but we're going to believe he's going to come back to what he was at Alabama. I know Justin Herbert, he has a big arm. He's prototypical, but he's been inaccurate. We don't think that he's going to be that guy. Like, so literally, all they did was flip what they did 10 years ago. Well, what Nick Saban was 2006. They flipped that.
Yeah. And also think of it from this standpoint too, right? Put them in the same. So Tua being like a quarterback that's at 68 to 70% in college, and then you got Justin Herbert, who's known as being kind of inaccurate in college. So if we was to take him and put him on the Dolphins right like today, how do you think he looks on the Dolphins? You know what I'm saying? Like we can literally take it from this last point. We can take it from, because I like how you was like mentioning a lot of that stuff with like Justin Herbert being in college and then he just, the prototypical stuff. But it's like also we have to think of it from this standpoint. He went to Oregon. So it's not going to be like the coaching and all of that type of stuff, and the culture is not going to be the same as Alabama. So now if we take that and transition it into the NFL, right now Tua, when he was in college, he had a better system. Now that they're in the NFL, it's flipped. So it's like now Justin Herbert has a better system. And that's kind of where we're at right now with the situation. It's not like, and then also think about it. Justin Herbert, it's not like he throws the ball a lot, but he only has like 13 picks on the season. So he's not going to be taking these big, incredible passes with the Dolphins as much, because he doesn't take that much risk, as in putting the ball in danger is what I'm saying. So how does he look on the Dolphins when people constantly in your face? He has to do what he has to do. Right? It just doesn't work in the system if you're thinking of it from that perspective.
Okay, I have a question, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Saints versus Dolphins game?
Let me tell you what me and Carrie was saying in a sense. So how we feel about that, like, and I mean, if you look at it the whole entire year, if you really pay attention to the Dolphins game, like if you were talking to us, you would kind of think we was on some controversy type of stuff, because we were saying like, it looks like Brian Flores is trying to kind of sabotage him. Like you will see drives where Tua would take off and then we just take the ball out of his hands. But if you look at a Chargers game, they don't do that type of stuff. When they feel that Justin Herbert needs to take over the game, they just keep the ball in his hand, even if it's forcing it. Austin Eckler had 20 touchdowns. They lost that playoff game because they kept forcing the ball with Justin Herbert.
Okay, well, my takeaway from the Saints and the Dolphins game, the first half was too close for one. Too close.
So
right?
I want you to realize that Saints had a top 5 defense at the time.
Yeah, but we had nobody playing. No one played.
So the only people that didn't
Tom Brady put up a zero burger.
The defensive line was the only full starters, right?
No, incorrect.
Yes.
The only people that was missing were their linebackers and Malcolm Jenkins. That's the only people. They had every starting. Marcus Williams was there.
Lattimore
was there, and their other cornerback, I can't. Charles Gardner. Everybody was there except their linebackers.
But you also forgetting the whole second team defensive line. So we have 4 defensive linemen, right?
Yeah.
Playing every snap all game. No sub.
The line is trash.
Listen,
the line is trash.
And they were still getting pressure.
No subs, right? The Saints were still getting pressure. Correct, right? Yeah. But what you guys missing is the key element. We had a walk-on or practice squad rookie at quarterback, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And the game was entirely too close, right? We gave up a pick 6, which is okay. You're a rookie. We expect mistakes.
Tom Brady did too.
Oh man, don't get me started.
He was saying the rookie guy did, because Tua. I don't think Tua didn't have a turnover in that game, did he?
Yes, Tua did.
He had a pick. So
now,
do you understand
that pick Tua threw, was it necessary? Was it necessary?
Wait. So all right. So I will flip this on you. So did you see Justin Herbert throw a pick 6 to the Texans? Texans. He threw a pick 6.
Yes.
Was that necessary?
No, it wasn't.
It literally happens in every NFL game.
But what you're missing is key situations. At that time, the Dolphins is fighting for a playoff spot. They need to win out in order to make the playoffs.
They want
Why
to
put
get
the
one.
game? Why put your playoff chance and the game in stake and throw a deep pass for nobody? It wasn't even necessary. All you really had to do was run the ball.
Wait,
So
that was Mac
they
Hollins.
can't
Run
run
the
the
ball.
ball.
That
They
wait, that was
can't
Mac
run.
Hollins' fault.
Wait, Mac Hollins explained that. He said that he was supposed to run that deeper. So it's not even, it just was a miscommunication on that type of play. That's what I could chalk that up as.
So
But
literally,
hold on.
we don't
The
have a
running
running
game. So hold on. How much? So we averaged 2 points. So hold on. 3 different running backs got the ball that game. We averaged 2.9 yards, and we only had 86 yards the whole game for running.
And I think Tua got like what? How much Tua did?
Tua only had 1 yard running, but Tua, like what he did for the game, 19 to 26, 198 yards, the touchdown and the pick. But it's like you can't blame him because it's like when we get leads like that, if you really pay attention, Brian Flores and that offense, we would not put our foot on the gas. We would literally just let the team, like we'll just play, let the defense play a good game, try to run, or we would just do the power run game with Tua, which is a dink and dunk, a 2 yard like throw, and then you know what I'm saying? It's like our offense is like it just is what it is. And then are we going to even include the fact that then we have like a big drop in that game? I'm trying to remember. Did Jalen Waddle drop a pass that was supposed to be crib?
If I think he dropped a slant or Tua threw it behind him, and he had. What was that? The Giants game.
I think it was no. It
That
was,
had to be the Giants game.
If I'm correct, it was a slant, and then I think the defender jumped in, and then but he missed it. The defender missed it.
You're right.
And Waddle caught it and dropped it, and it was nobody there. He was gone. Like that's a play that we're gonna blame Tua for.
No, I'm not blaming Tua for that. What I'm trying to hint at, right? Every situation I brought up, you guys said 2 things. Your line's trash, right? And you have no run game. So why not take Najee Harris over Waddle?
So all right. I want to address that. So when I said that 2019 we should have took Jonathan Taylor with the Noah Igbenogany pick. We did not take him. And that was if you read into it now, that was because Brian Flores wanted to replace Xavier Howard. So he took a corner, which wasn't even the best corner in the draft. We should have addressed linebacker when we had 3 picks. We had 3 first-round picks. We should have addressed running back like the Raiders did when they picked Cleveland Ferrell, Damon Arnett, and Josh Jacobs. If you have 3 first-round picks, one of them should be a running back if you don't have it.
Yeah,
literally. That's and we did not address it then. That's when it should have been addressed. I wanted Jonathan Taylor. I wanted DeAndre Swift, or I wanted I forgot the other guy I wanted, the running back, or not Corey Dillon. The kid from Boston College. He's on the Packers now. His last name is Dillon, but he ended up going
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon. That's no homo. The boy thick. The boy thick. So I wanted. That's who I wanted when we were looking at running back. But so I want to flip this about Najee Harris. So at the pick Jalen Waddle, we don't outside of Jalen. Obviously, you said Will Fuller. It's no guarantee that if Jalen Waddle is not there, that he doesn't get injured. If that makes sense. If Jalen Waddle was not there, he might get injured. He might doesn't. He might have a history of being.
He might not.
So it is what it is. So if he does get injured, who are we throwing to?
You have the 15 overall pick of 2015's draft.
You say he's a bust. He's not that guy.
To me.
And I mean with Devontae Parker this year, because last year, I mean, for the past 2 seasons, he has been giving us around 16 to 15 games, like 14 to 16 games. It's just this season he just was injured, so it just was unfortunate.
IR. So
yeah. And then I question the IR because I'm like, he was on IR for something that he usually deals with throughout the season. These are things that we got to ask with Flores. Like, it's a lot of things that we look at now.
So
Brian Flores did not pick Parker.
Hold on, Jay.
That wasn't his pick. That wasn't on his watch. My question is,
I'm talking about benching.
Let me finish.
Made the draft pick.
Let me finish, Jay. So then you go to so we take Jalen Waddle because we believe that Devontae Parker not it, and we want Tua to have weapons. We said that Tua has he had a track team around him at Alabama. That's what we're trying to recreate. So at the 18th pick, we take Phillips because our pass rush, obviously, if you watch Emmanuel Ogbah, the man don't get pressure. We only get pressure when we blitz. We don't have pressure without blitzing. Our front four does not do anything. Like literally, I love Christian Wilkins inside, but outside we don't have anything. So they was like, okay, we're gonna take the best, what we perceive to be the best pass rusher, which obviously it was Michael Parsons, but we couldn't get him. But literally, we're gonna take what we perceive as the best pass rusher at that pick, Jalen Phillips. So literally, we're addressing two, like pass rush is like above running back. I get it that we probably needed a running back a little bit more, but it's above running back. So then Jalen Holland, that's our first second round pick was Jalen Holland. You can't pay me to say that.
He's promising.
You can't pay me to say that wasn't the right pick.
And he's promising. Now, the only thing I could say with Jay, I can definitely agree with him on in hindsight. And I like Phillips, but I would have preferred, like, looking at what happened this year, to think that, like, Duke Johnson, like, I'm glad that we got Duke Johnson. He's from Miami. It's great to see that. Mm-hmm. But it's like, bro, he came from the streets and literally made us have a running game. Like, that's crazy. Myles Gaskin couldn't do anything. Salvin Ahmed couldn't do anything. Malcolm Brown couldn't do anything.
So I'll flip this right back to you, Elder. So what's the Patriots way that Flores trying to create? Wait
a minute. This thing with the Patriots way is not what he was pushing in Miami. Bro. Now let's say he was. Okay. Let's say he was pushing the Patriots way, right? Why not? The Patriots produce titles. Why not build
That's the only way
what you build at another organization if it created titles? Now wait. Before you answer that question, right? Before you answer that question, I just have one question. Was Brian Flores the guy who makes every draft pick since he was there those 3 years?
So
who is in charge of making the draft picks? Because I can tell you this, Jerry and Stephen Jones makes the draft picks in Dallas, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you might know, but I'm under the understanding that Will Greer makes the pick. Chris Greer, right, makes the picks for the Dolphins. For the Dolphin team, right?
This is untrue. So he does. So what happened? Why? Another reason why Brian Flores got fired, because Brian Flores had control of the 53-man roster. So he has the final say so on who goes on the team and who's not going to make the team. So even Chris Greer can give him a person, and he can literally cut that person if he wants to. Like how Cal Van Noy got traded because
just like Mika Fitzpatrick.
So you already know. So
I know. He's in charge of the 50-man. He's in charge of the 53-man roster, but those picks are I'm sorry, Chris Greer, right? Greer.
But that's
Chris Greer.
He has a lot of say so in the picks. It's just
no, he don't. Chris. He never wanted Tua. And he got Tua. Listen. Let's not listen. I don't want to make it a race thing. Right? Okay, but name besides what's my guy at the Cowboys? He just crazy. No, Jerry Jones. Besides Jerry Jones, okay, right? Stephen Ross, right? He hired Chris Greer to be GM, right? Chris Greer been GM for how long?
Chris Greer has been GM for like 3 years. Full GM for 3 years. So
I would say full GM for 2 to 1 years, actually, like where it's just like everything is on him. Like,
so okay, all right. I'm gonna explain something right quick. So basically, Mike Tannenbaum. So a lot of people blame Chris Greer for the draft. So Mike Tannenbaum was the guy. Like that's who. Like Chris Greer was GM in name, but he was like assistant GM in name. But Mike Tannenbaum was making the decisions. He's never had, even with Flores, he's never had complete control of I'm buying the groceries and you have to deal with what I buy.
Okay.
So he's never, this is going to be the first year that he's going to have that type of power. That's why a lot of people, so okay, let me go back. So you said these draft picks that he's picking is inadequate. So literally he chose Micah, he chose Fitzpatrick. That was one of his picks. He chose what's my guy name? Xavier Howard. This is one of his picks. He chose Christian Wilkins.
Yes.
But then he did chose like Chris Harris. TJ Watt was on the board. I wanted TJ Watt. Charles. What I said, Chris Harris, quarterback.
Yeah, you said Charles.
So like I can go down big Bill Belichick, who picks. He's the whole chief and staff. I can go down the list of how many people he missed on.
I'm pretty sure it's a hit and miss thing.
I can go down the list of
it's a hit and miss thing. But if you're gonna take a man's job for the team not succeeding or playing up to your standard, why not give him the helms of the ship? If he sinks the ship, he goes down with the ship.
Okay.
The reason why he was fired was
hold on. So can I ask you a question, Jay?
Yes.
So say for instance, for your job, not saying your immediate job, your job just in general, you work at, let's say, Checkers.
Checkers.
You love Checkers, huh?
So if you're at Checkers and you're manager, right? You're supervisor, and your direct supervisor, you don't go a full 7 days without talking to your staff and your upper supervisor, what's going to happen to you?
It's going to be a lot of screw ups. It's going to be a lot of gripe. It might be a lot of misdirection with the franchise or whatever, but I can attest to this, all right? At my actual job at Kingspan is where I work. All right. I've been offered a supervisor position. I turned that down.
Congratulations.
You know why?
Wow,
know why? I turned it down simply because they want me to be the face. All right? Not run this show. If I'm going to run this show, if I'm going to do what it is that they need me to do, I want to do it my way. If it does not work, if we production is down because of what I do, I go down with the ship. Not you pushing your agenda, pushing your agenda, and it's not working. Now it's like, hey, you're not working out for us right now. We're going in a different direction.
Okay, so let me go back to the question I asked you, and then you can go, Elder. So do you know that Flores went a whole 8 weeks, not just 7 days, a whole 8 weeks without talking to Chris Greer? Without talking to Ross, without talking to his staff?
Yes.
That's not a fireable offense?
I won't say fireable offense.
You're not game planning with your team.
I won't say fireable offense. I won't say fireable offense.
Go ahead.
We don't know what's the true gripe between him and Chris Greer, right? We don't know.
Chris Greer is his boss. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think
he wasn't
no boss.
Boss. Chris Greer, from what was being said, Chris Greer didn't even want to fight. He tried to work it out, but Ross, and I respect what Ross did in that situation because he had to overrule it. Because sometimes in companies we see that where the supervisor is the one where you know that this person needs to be fired, but the supervisor is too nice to do it, so the manager has to step in and actually take full authority over it. So in the situation where you got your franchise, we have somebody that we picked as a franchise quarterback, and you're literally doing things to like low-key sabotage him. Like this is not even just we're saying this because we like Tua or anything like that. This is actually like known. He tried to sabotage the kid. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we can look at plays where it's like, okay, Tua just drove us down the field. Why is he not finishing with a touchdown? Why are we going with a wildcat play for Myles Gaskin to run into the end zone? These are things that would happen. We were at one point we were 9-11 in the red zone with Tua. We were at 75% in the red zone with Tua. We can't just sit up here and say, okay, that's not Tua being a part of that. At that point, it's like the defense didn't do anything. Tua did that. A lot of red zone, like if we're looking at Dallas Cowboys, for example, they get into the red zone a lot and they don't capitalize in the red zone a lot. So we can't just sit up here and always just look at Tua. Like at the end of the day, Tua is a part of the Miami Dolphins. So when something goes wrong as the quarterback, you're going to be a part of that. But if we really think about it, what is necessarily going wrong if we're talking about the X's and O's? The kid has a winning record. The kid has more touchdowns than interceptions. The kid has no offensive lineman. The kid has no running game. The kid barely has receivers that can stay healthy, and we're top 5 in drops. We have situations that we can look at this and be like, wow, this kid is actually like, if you at one point Tua was 50, we had the 15th passing offense. Tua is the quarterback. But then if you look at running the offensive line, 32.
When Jabroni,
like when we had Jabroni, we were at like number 20, between 28 and 30. Tua took us to 15, but the offensive lineman remained the same, 32. The running game remained the same, 31. Why is the passing game improving, but everything else stayed the same?
Okay, well, I believe that to be
can't say defense.
Better offensive weapon.
Don't tell me.
I like. Listen, honestly, I like Waddle. Waddle did. To me, he turned I know he got hurt. He missed like maybe 2 games or so, and everything like that.
It was 1.
Yeah,
he missed how many?
1.
He was 1. He was sick, and then he had got that cramp, but he came back like the next. What did he come back the next game after that, or was that the COVID?
Because he had hurt his ankle, but came back.
No, it was a cramp. It was a cramp. He said
no. What I'm saying, he hurt his ankle, came back, then he got sick, came back, and then he had that cramp. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he did get an ankle injury earlier in the season.
Yeah. Earlier in the season, he got rolled up. Rolled up. Somebody rolled up on him. But
it's not even the weapons necessarily. It's like at that point you have to ask like
when your receiver is your number 1 target on third downs and not your running back. You can be 3rd and 3 and you throw a slant to your top receiver, right?
That's what happened to when you're the top guy. They go to Devontae Adams.
Now,
they go to the
with that being said, listen, with that being said,
okay.
You say the fact that he didn't Brian Flores, the fact that Brian Flores did not speak to his staff in 8 weeks is fireable offense, right?
Yeah, I'm listening. What you got?
Is that the same 8 weeks you guys went on a winning streak?
So
what's that?
Yeah, so wouldn't you say they did it?
Listen.
So wouldn't
you say the same 8 weeks that you guys went on a winning streak?
Yeah. So he's not. Okay. He's a defensive coordinator.
Wait. Now listen.
Okay.
Listen. That's the same 8 weeks you guys went on a winning streak, right? Now, you trying to tell me he did not speak to anyone else, but yet he went 8 games straight. You don't think those guys was the problem and not him?
Wait, he hired them. He's the problem. Like
he hired who?
The offensive coordinators, like all of those coordinators, his coaching staff, he hired them. The thing is, because I see where you're coming from with that, where it's like, damn, we so.
No, I'm saying on the aspect of Will Grier and the owner.
Will Grier. So okay, hold on.
Chris Grier.
Hold on. Okay, Rock. We need elaboration. So I'm gonna say this, and then I want you to retort. So basically, I would say if he's not talking to anybody, the staff was able to do it without him. So they did it despite him not talking to them. They were able to still win games without talking to the man that's supposed to be in charge. What would you say to that?
Okay, my thing is, I know nothing about the 8 weeks of not talking to his staff. I know that him and Chris Greer wasn't speaking in 8 weeks. I
No,
know
but
him
his
and the
staff, he would
owner,
not talk to his staff.
Stephen Ross, haven't been talking in 8 weeks. I know nothing of the staff situation.
No.
So that part is new to me.
So let me ask this too. Now that you got that information, so we have a whole quarterback controversy going on throughout that whole 7-week period into the trade deadline, and your coach is not speaking to ownership. How crazy is that?
Well, it's crazy, but I think I have an idea why. Because he wanted to trade Tua for Watson.
So then we get that part, right? And I know that Watson is better than Tua. Like, he's way better than Tua. We're not going to sit up here and make a debate that Tua, Watson, it's no debate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because if we ask the same question, so if the Texans had the chance to get Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson is getting replaced. So it's the same concept. But the thing is here is that Deshaun Watson had the same record as David Mills, and they completely gave up on him, and their coach didn't have a chance, and they still was able to have the same record, and Deshaun Watson had more weapons than Tua did for his 2 seasons. And Deshaun Watson is not, his winning, like, what did he win?
So can you see the screen? J-Rock?
Yes, I can see it, but not so much. I'm on my phone, so it's kind of hard.
I can't make it any bigger. Can I zoom
in?
Hey,
DC, that's the same guy I was telling you about that was on Big O Show, actually, who was talking. You remember we was having our conversation earlier?
Yeah.
That's the guy, Marcel. Yeah.
So can you see that? Can you see a little bit better now?
Yeah, I can see it.
So literally, it's a report saying that he literally stopped talking to his staff somewhere around, like, not just management, his staff. He stopped communicating with his staff around Thanksgiving. Like, that's okay. I can't see where, like, literally what, bro, that's something, you remember when I spanked you and your brothers in Madden, you wouldn't talk to your sister. That's how childish that is. He got spanked in Madden. He got turned. No, we're sticking with Tua. We're not trading all our assets away to get a such and such guy that we don't believe that. So literally, the problem I have is he literally has around the same type. He literally have the same. He would have the same type weapons and offensive line that he had in the Texans. He went 4-12. So what do you think is going to happen? Like, literally, I get it that he's a top 10, he's a top 5 quarterback, but literally the man he did not elevate his team last year.
Yeah. And can we win from the pocket with him? Just the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that he's not great, but he had DeAndre Hopkins. They took DeAndre Hopkins away from him. And he turned back into he threw for almost 5,000? 33 and 7 or something like that. 33 and 3 or something like that. He went off, but his team didn't do anything. He had game. So the wins he had was against Jacksonville twice. And Jacksonville twice. Some other trash team. Who was that? Who was it? Jacksonville twice.
They got beat by the Colts.
I think he got New England. But, like, literally, if you look at his stats, he scored 7 points against Cleveland Browns when Cleveland was not doing that well either. So it's like he had games where he went against the Jacksonville. He piled on stats and barely won. Then the next time they played him, they just demolished him. So I get it. He's elite, but how elite is he? Does he also needs a team around him?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the point with him being a pocket passer. It's like when you're on the Dolphins and you got your right tackle or your left tackle being pushed into your lap, and you're the type of quarterback who has to get out the pocket and not really know how to maneuver inside of it. How does he look at the Dolphins like this year if he would have got traded? Like it would have been
I
ridiculous.
believe he'll have did better than Tua. Honestly, I believe so because he's not
It's
a.
a
I won't
situation.
consider Watson a scrambling quarterback.
So I want
He
to say
have
that
better
Tua is
pocket
affecting your
presence
quarterback too.
than Tua
No,
does.
he don't. He don't have better pocket presence. He
What?
doesn't. He doesn't.
Nah.
He
He
doesn't.
has more. He has the more ability to escape. But if you look at Tua feet
Yeah.
in the pocket, like he moves his feet without taking his eyes off downfield. He moves around the pocket without
We
taking
talking
his
about
eyes
the
from
same
down.
guy who had his ribs broken for taking a sack in the pocket. That's
Okay,
the same guy we talking
okay,
about.
okay.
Deshaun
I'm gonna
Watson, look at his
Hold on,
Is
injuries.
that the same guy?
Hold on. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that. So I have this. I'm gonna pull this up for you right here, and I want you to look at this and tell me how many quarterbacks can do something with this. I want you to look at this and tell me how many quarterbacks can like literally stop this. Hold on. I got it's a what you call it? It's a I don't know why it's a 51-second video and they got a ad. Boy, YouTube boy. YouTube ain't what it used to be, boy. YouTube.
They gotta make their dollar.
What? It didn't
So,
have ads
okay.
at one point.
Yeah, they didn't have those at one point. So can you see the screen, bro?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
So what quarterback? Do you need me to make it bigger?
No. I can see it.
Did you see that? Did you see that? He just said hike. And the man is next to him. He just hiked the ball, bro.
And hold on, and look at the other view. That's Austin Jackson getting beat from his side, so he had nothing to do
So
on
literally,
that.
I push play, and the man is next to Tua. Look, I push play. Look, and the man is next to Tua. Did you see Jesse
Oh
Davis?
man.
1 second into the video, and look
Bro,
where he at.
literally just said, and look at Jesse. Like, look at this guy right here. Look at him right here, bro.
No. Listen, what you failing to realize,
Okay.
it's 4th and 2. Why is it you have shotgun formation, right?
Is that
Did
Tua?
you
fault?
ask
And
I
that
would
running
answer-
back is
I would
leaving the
answer right quick. Is that
backfield.
Tua
Why
fault?
he's not standing the block? It's only it's only 4th and 2.
Is that Tua fault that they chose that play?
No,
Look,
but the
look
better
at what's
quarterback was
happening
audible
to
out
two of
of
your.
it.
Hold on. Look
He
at
might-
what's happening to both of your tackles, the blind side and then the other side. Look at what's happening to both of your tackles. How can you even run? You can't do anything.
Before he completed his drop, this is too like literally before he completed his drop, like he didn't even get a chance to drop. Who can he throw to? Who was open? Literally, when he said hike, the guy said, how you make this slower? I forgot how to make this slower. You can make it slow. I forgot.
It's not his fault, but the problem is bad play call. It looks like 10 minutes on the clock right now, right? I can't tell what's on the play clock. I mean, on the game clock. First quarter is 10 minutes.
Look, bro. No, J Rock, look, bro, because you said
I'm looking. It's bad play call.
Bro, hold on. Look, you can see the play clock. Hold on. Go back. This is 1 second. Yo, wait, go back. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. So, oh my God. Look at the clock. 3, 2. Bro.
and he still was able to get the ball off, bro.
Oh my God.
How can you justify that's his fault, bro? Literally, the man, look, one more time and then we're going to go.
Yo, it took them 1 second to get to him. This is crazy.
Look at what is this guy right here? What is he doing? What is Jesse Davis doing? What is that? Tackle that man. He's going after your quarterback. Tackle that guy, bro. You have to like literally boom, boom, boom. Bomb.
If Jesse Davis don't get beat, Austin Jackson man gets beat. Like, bro, you can't justify none of that.
Come on, bro.
I give you that.
Come on.
But I blame that on horrible play calling. It's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes in the first, 4th and 2. Why not punting the ball? Or if you really want this, it goes back to the fact that you guys have no run game. If you really want the
those things that Tua cannot control.
yeah, but if you had Deshaun Watson, you could have quarterback sneaked.
No, you couldn't.
You could have quarterback sneaked.
With
2 yards.
who?
Have you
2
seen
yards.
Bill run
You don't think Deshaun Watson can't get 2 yards with his leg?
Hold on. Question. So does Deshaun Watson change what just happened when that, like, what does he change in that situation?
No, so he
The
does
play
not
call. He changed the play call.
Wait. Do you understand?
He changed the play call.
Wait. J-Rock, do you understand that that's his blind side? That's Tua's
No.
right tackle.
I understand that.
Tua's
I understand
blind side
that.
is the right tackle.
I know because he's left-handed.
So literally, he really didn't see that coming.
I'm not saying he did. I said, yeah, you're right. That was a horrible, but I blame it on the play call, not Tua, the play call. But if it was Deshaun Watson, I believe the playbook call would have been a quarterback sneak, quick screen, or
So, but why wouldn't it be that for Tua? Why wouldn't that be a quick screen or something?
you don't want to get Tua hurt. He's fragile. Why would you call a quarterback sneak for a fragile quarterback?
So what quarterback, like literally,
if Tom Brady can get a 2 yard first down in the quarterback sneak, you don't think Watson could have?
Good enough. Hike.
Like, look, it's just pure destruction everywhere.
Oh, listen, I see it. But what I'm saying is that play call wouldn't have been that play call if they had Watson.
Bro.
Or if they had options, if they had any quarterback. Because he's too fragile, man. Let's say they took that same scenario, right?
Okay.
And let's say they do quarterback sneak. You don't think he'll pick up the 2 yards?
It's hard to pick up 2 yards on the quarterback.
2 yards?
2 yards.
Unless you have like the 1997 Broncos offensive lineman.
Are you 2 yards?
Who else? The Patriots offensive lineman when
you never see a 2 yard quarterback sneak.
It's gonna be like a bootleg or something like that. And we could have ran that, but that just shows you like that's not Tua's fault that the play calling is horrible. Like you can't always get down on the line and check. Like you feel me? Like it took Brady a long time to be able to do that. Like we got to really think about Ben Roethlisberger. He didn't really become a passer until like 2010. Like if we really like think about that, like 2009, I would say when he started getting all those weapons, then they started giving him more trust. It comes throughout time. You can't just check out of a play like unless, and I mean, if you do check out of the play, it better be,
you can't just check out the play. But what I'm saying is Deshaun Watson, I would like Deshaun. Okay, first and foremost, he's a left-handed quarterback, right?
Yeah.
It's nobody's fault. I don't like lefties. To me, the throwing motion is completely weird, strange.
Tua has a beautiful throwing motion, though, bro.
His mechanics is good, but it just being a lefty for me is kind of weird, right?
You know what I take from you got because you got to look at Tua more objectively. I think for anybody who's looking at football right now, because what I take out of that play that we just saw where Tua got blasted on and injured and all that stuff, you know what he did right after that? Like when he returned back to the field, he started getting the ball out quicker. Our sacks went down. Like our offensive linemen gave up the most pressures, but we didn't give up the most sacks. That's Tua. And that's how I look at that type of stuff. Like we can't, like it's nothing you could do in these situations. Look at this.
Step
holding.
up.
You got a holding right there, but they didn't call it, I don't believe.
Is that Deshaun Watson at quarterback?
Oh my God.
Is that Deshaun Watson at quarterback? I can't tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference? I could.
I can't tell.
I could.
Is that Deshaun?
Deshaun would have made it to the 50.
Come on, dog. Deshaun Watson, to be as athletic as he is, he doesn't break the long runs like that. He doesn't have a lot of long runs. But look at this. Pocket presence on fleek. Watch this, bro.
Oh man, no.
Hold on. This is the game that you was talking about.
Look at Jesse Davis getting destroyed.
Look at Jesse Davis. Step up. Look. Step to the left. Sees him. On point. On target. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
But my question is, why is your offensive line so trash? If your quarterback is listen. If your quarterback is left-handed, why not sure up that
That's and I'm thank you for saying that. So what a question I wanted to ask you earlier when you first got on is if you know Jesse Davis is just doodle butter, and you're the coach that has control over the 53 so Chris Greer, once he give him to you, he can't tell you or make you play that person. Right? So basically I buy you a couple games, PS4 games. I can say, oh, play Gran Turismo. I need you to play Gran Turismo. He has control of 53. If you see Jesse Davis, I just showed you just two random plays. I didn't even realize that those were to S on Jesse Davis. But if you're out there, a coach, you see that constantly. Why you as Brian Flores, knowing that this is your quarterback's blind spot, is not looking for a trade or trying different options? Jesse Davis played every game at right tackle, even though he had a knee injury as well, into the final game where Coleman played. Why Brian Flores didn't switch that?
Well, when you put it that way, maybe Brian Flores wasn't the answer for the Dolphins, right? Maybe he wasn't, right? But one thing I know for a fact, Flores made y'all a contender. He made y'all competitive. He made the Miami Dolphins competitive.
So you know his record without Tua?
Do I know his record without Tua?
Without Tua.
Of course, the first year he was trash. His first year with the Dolphins, I think he won 2-3 games?
5.
5 games. First year with the Dolphins.
Yep.
Okay, now the first year he had Tua, didn't what's my guy?
Fitzpatrick.
What's my guy name? Oh man.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
With the beard. Beard.
I keep on telling you his name, right?
How many games did Fitzpatrick win for the Dolphins his Tua first year?
4.
4.
He was like 3-3.
4-3 technically because he came in later with the Raiders game. So 4-3.
4-3.
Oh no, 5-3 because he beat the Jets too, right? Didn't he beat the Jets? He came in when Tua was what's that? Do you want better? I just pull it up.
He beat them, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So 5-3.
5-3. Now, it's I felt like if any quarterback was in that spot, he would have did, if not better, right, equal to what Tua accomplished.
And why would you say that?
Because, like I say, yes, y'all O-line, obviously, I did not know. Well, now that you shed light on the O-line, y'all are completely trash. Okay, the O-line is completely trash. I can see that. I can see that, right? But your defense can overcome a lot of mistakes. They have overcome a lot of mistakes. Now, maybe Tua is a little better than what I'm telling you he is, right? But at the same time, it's still the rookie mistakes in key situations, right? Will have a lot of people scratching their head about Tua.
How does it's not that the thing is, and this is why we really want this channel to like really kind of go about this, like the media perception. Why are they doing this against Tua? It's not even like any other quarterback is going through this type of scrutiny. So if we're gonna say like these type of points, it's like, why does it always feel like we always have to down them for having a good defense. Tom Brady had a good defense. Ben
Always had a good
Roethlisberger had a good
Not
defense.
not the whole time.
Who?
Yeah, he did.
Which one?
No, I'm talking about Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he did. Like,
Yes, he did.
like his beginning of his career before he became like the Big Ben that we know today, or the
Okay,
passing
beginning.
Big
Okay,
Ben,
okay,
yeah.
beginning.
Bro, he's
Okay.
always had a good defense. Steelers have never not had a good defense, and
They didn't have a good defense this year, last year, or the year before.
bro, they had
Oh no.
they
This
have
year
the-
their defense was crazy.
bro, they had the defensive player of the year.
J.J. Watt. Okay, no, I'm not TJ Watt is an exception.
They
Besides
have
TJ,
a three-time All-Pro and Mika
besides
Fitzpatrick.
TJ, they cannot get listen. Besides the line, right? The D line.
Cameron
That
Hayward
secondary is
monster.
trash. That secondary been trash
Joe
for a
Hayden had a
long
good
time.
year.
Joe Hayden had a resurgence. He was a top,
Yeah, he
top
had a good
corner.
year.
Oh my God.
Their other corner was
Oh,
good. I
my
forgot his name. Hilton or no,
Yeah,
not
Hilton.
Hilton. He was on
Oh,
the bench.
my
He was
No,
on
no,
the
no, no.
bench.
You're right.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's Hilton.
Yeah, Mike
Okay.
Hilton.
He had a pretty good year. They had some pretty. Their defense was really good, actually, man. Their linebackers were pretty good. Like they were like run like the Steelers had a good defense. Like honestly, the reason why the Steelers were actually a winning team was because of their defense. Like Big Ben, defense, and Najee Harris. That's it for them.
So what? One of the other things that Elder be talking about is like literally when they had to lead, they don't run it up. Flores did not let them run it up. They didn't run it up. Like they had a chance to run it up and they didn't run it up. Like literally, it'll be handoff, 3 and out. Handoff, short yard pass, 3 and out.
Even Bill Belichick was trying to make his rookie quarterback look amazing. Like they would run it up. Like Mac Jones, like they'll let the running backs just take the ball down the field the whole way and then run the play action in the red zone. Literally, that's all they did this year. The Tennessee Titans, before Derrick Henry went out, literally all they would do is just run the ball, and then when the defense was just too much on them, they'll just do a play action. If you ask certain questions like we're talking about Tua not impressing, and it's like, bro, he's doing that behind a bad offensive alignment, and he's still very young. Now let's talk about people like Dak Prescott. Let's talk about people like Kirk Cousins. Let's talk about people like Kyler Murray. It's a few people that we can actually point out, and you could be like, hey, if they got Deshaun Watson, would they be better? If we look at the Cleveland Browns, like how are we talking about the Dolphins needing Deshaun Watson? But it's like the Cleveland Browns is one quarterback away from like a Super Bowl. They have two good running backs, a defense,
top 3 offensive line,
like
crazy defense.
Like that makes no sense. Like Tua doesn't have that. Like we don't have a better. Like a lot of these teams that when we talk about defenses and all that stuff, it's like we like to pick on Tua and be like, oh well, who did he play? Who did the team play? It ain't like the defense had a hard day at the office all the time against some of the quarterbacks we played against.
That is right. That is correct. That is correct.
So I'm because we getting ready to wrap up. So I don't know if you paid attention to the Cleveland Browns at all, or even the Dak Prescott. So the
Vikings.
The Vikings. Mm-hmm. So all right, I'm gonna use the Vikings, and I can use all 3. So Dalvin Cook, he from the crib. You know him from the crib.
Mm-hmm.
He's ripping off almost 200-yard gains. A majority of the Vikings offense is play action. People say Kirk Cousins would be an upgrade in Miami, but he's coming from a 100, almost 100. I think Dalvin Cook averaged like 125 yards or something crazy a game. Like literally, these are quarterbacks that's coming from better situations to the Dolphins, which I believe we're going to get better this year. Like I believe it's going to be progression. Whether it's with one of the things that because bro, you're going to be on the show too now. Not always, but we're going to invite you. So one of the things that we not, as they say, Tuaneers, but we're Dolphins purists. We look at all Dolphins. We talk Dolphins every day. We on the phone. I literally tell you, I shit you not, bro. I talk to him probably more than JoJo. Like literally, that's how often I talk to this guy. Like literally, we on the phone doing like breaks and stuff like that. We're talking about different things. So one of the things that we're not just just because Tua is our quarterback. We defended Ryan Tannehill when we're gonna defend anybody on the team. Like, so I don't want you to think that they just love Tua, they don't see it, because it's not like that. But when we look around the league about different people's situations, Baker Mayfield is in 1,000% better situation than Tua, and the shit that they gave him, the stuff that they gave him, was he was injured all year, and they blame Odell Beckham. Do you think it was Odell Beckham's fault that he was playing like hot garbage?
No. Baker to me is a wash. He's a bust to me.
Just thinking
he
about
wasn't the number one pick. He's a bust to me.
Bro, this man almost killed Odell Beckham's career, bro. In 10 games over there, he got like 6 or 7 touchdowns with the Rams. But he couldn't even sniff the end zone at the freaking the Browns.
No, I agree. Like I said, I think Baker Mayfield was a bust. But go ahead. Listen, I don't want to jump on the Dolphins all the time, right? So my question is to you: do you think Tua will be a better quarterback moving forward?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Are we saying are they going to get him some protection? Are they going to get him a few magnums, or are they going to just keep on using lifestyles?
Yeah,
I need some. I need some gold.
No. So listen, Brian Flores is out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What is the next move at head coach? And if the head, Harbaugh is not coming, so get that up. All right. So, Harbaugh is not coming. So what is the next move at head coach? Right? Mm-hmm. Is this head coach coming in with the mindset of Tua's the guy, or is this head coach coming in with the mindset of we possibly can trade Tua for Aaron Rodgers?
Unless we get Aaron Rodgers, then I don't want to talk about getting another quarterback. Yeah.
So one of the things that I talked to Elder about was I'm riding out because Tua he's not a bust. Tua is not a bust. For him to be able to do the things that he's done with what has been placed around him is crazy. But like, for instance, how Tampa Bay was building around Jameis Winston. Mm-hmm. I'm doing the quotation, Jameis Winston, and they were a quarterback away. So they got the right tackle, they got the offensive line set, they had the weapons, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cameron Brake, OJ Howard. They had all the weapons. Then on defense, they had the JPPs, they had the Shaq Barretts, they had the Devin Whites, they had the Charles Bunsen, the
Devontae David.
They had all those people. So if you build around Tua and he ain't the guy, you building around him cheap and he ain't the guy, you draft when he F up and don't take us anywhere, you draft that quarterback or you trade for the quarterback with a pre-made team. So literally that quarterback is coming in and it fits like a glove. So literally what people, I get it, people don't want to lose. We haven't been losing. We have to back win the season. We haven't made the playoffs, but we're not, it's not like we're getting, the only people that's drumming us is the Bills. So what did you say? He was 0-6 against his whole tenure here. He did not beat the Bills. Brian Flores, I got something in my beard. Brian Flores did not beat the Bills the entire time he was here.
Okay, you're right about that.
I think he only beat Bill Belichick with. No, he beat him with.
He didn't beat Bill Belichick.
I
think he lost. I think he lost by maybe 2 out of 6.
No, he lost
because he got one with Fitz Magic that last game with Devontae.
He been beating Belichick though. I give him that.
Remember that last game with Devontae Parker decapitated Stephon Gilmore? No, we didn't. We won that game. Yeah,
we won that game. That was the last game. But literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's little stuff that like the national media don't say about Tua that they leave it off, and it makes it seem like he just pure garbage. But when you look at him in a whole, with all the stuff that he had around him, and the stuff that he doing stuff without, look at that offensive line, bro. Like, I can show you not 100, but I can show you a lot of plays where he's just getting instant pressure on him.
Okay, but you say you can. It's okay. You say like in Tampa, they built this team around Jameis Winston, right?
Uh-huh.
Jameis Winston spent what 5 years in Tampa?
Did he get franchised? I don't know. Or they did
He came in 2013. He
fifth year
spent what
option.
5 years in Tampa?
Yes, you're correct.
Right now, name a quarterback that spent 5 years with the Dolphins. Besides Tannehill. Name a quarterback that spent 5 years with the Dolphins.
Ooh, I mean, they didn't deserve to even be in the NFL, let alone 5 years. Cleo Lemon.
So you got
my God.
So if you take it back, so the last person I would think it would be Chad
Pat
Henne.
White. Like we had Pat White before.
I
like
think
how
Chad Henne had the longest tenure here. And
I think
Chad Henne?
He had like 2-3 seasons.
Chad Henne was second round pick,
right?
Matt Moore.
Oh, Henne or Pennington?
Henne or Matt Moore?
Pennington was only here for like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Because he got injured again, and he was
think one, honestly.
Okay, so Chad Henne, right? Yeah. Let's say Chad Henne. The problem, like I say once again, the problem is bad selections in the draft. When you guys when you had Chad Henne, the next year comes, you got a chance to get a receiver, an offensive weapon, a defensive weapon, whatever it is. You guys chose Jake Long.
That's still one of our best picks, and I still agree with it to this day. I don't mind.
Why he did not? Why did he? Why it didn't work in Miami?
He tore his ACL.
So you move on.
Wait. I missed it. So
return the same.
Jake Long?
Yeah, he didn't return the same.
Was it a ACL tear or was it a Achilles?
No, he tore his knee up. It was an ACL. I remember that one.
But he went to a different team after he got back.
He tore his ACL again.
But he didn't do anything.
He got injured again.
Yeah, he didn't do anything after that. After he left the Dolphins, he didn't make another Pro Bowl.
Yeah, no, he didn't make another Pro Bowl, but he made another team and he was pretty decent.
He got injured though. Like it's one of those situations like this, like the Dolphins, because we were thinking about this the other day, and the Dolphins really did do their due diligence in a lot of situations. So it's just the thing is with the Dolphins, a lot of times what messes us up, and that comes down on staff, that comes down on the leadership, the management at the top. Why do we have a Bullygate scandal? Why do we have Bullygate? Why do we have a coach doing coke with a hooker and getting caught on camera? We like what team does this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you really grow within the team if you having this type of stuff happening? So like we bring in the Mike Wallace for Ryan Tannehill. Was it a bad look at evaluation of talent? Yeah, because he was just a deep route guy. But
Tannehill did not throw the deep ball accurately.
Yeah, but still, it's like we could say that he didn't deliver the ball accurately, but Mike Wallace never had 10 touchdowns in the season until Tannehill.
So. Yeah, I give you that. He spent time in Pittsburgh, but he wasn't.
And I'll take the Tubbs. I'll take the Tubbs over the yards any day. So it's like you gave me 10. So it's like technically,
but sometimes the Tubbs is misleading. If I get like prime example, let's say Odell. Let's say I like Odell. I don't want to shit on him. I'm sorry, I don't want to poop on him, or I don't want to talk bad about Odell, right? A lot of those touchdowns Odell had with the Rams, it's like 1 yard touchdowns, quick slants.
A tub is a
tub. Ran it in with Cam Akers, but they chose the quick touchdown. He averaged like 34 yards a game in 9 games with the Rams.
So but I don't like when people use that stat, because literally that's like me going from when I was at Checkers and then going to Subway and thinking that I'm going to be making all the sandwiches. I don't know the playbook yet. I don't know the playbook in
3 How long does it take? He has 9 weeks.
And his production increased. It didn't increase crazy amount. But
it increased because he was in a horrible situation with the Cleveland Browns.
So when you have a player like Cooper Kupp that has been there for X amount of time, that knows the system back and forth, he's going to be the focal point because he's doing what he's doing. Like,
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna make this one last point before I go. So, like, just
wait. So wait, hold on. So let's do summing up, final thoughts, and we're gonna wrap it up. So since you was already going, Elder, I'll let you do your final thoughts, and then I'll let you go, Jay.
Yeah, so for a good example, like with Chris Carter, for example, one of the greatest NFL receivers ever, right? He would score a bunch of tubs. But if you look at this season, for example, 16 games, he had 158 targets, 89 receptions, 1,069 yards, but he had 13 touchdowns. So it's like, would you think that the yards should have been more? So you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things, like the tub is always going to make more sense when it comes to receivers. If we're speaking about receivers, your quarterback, they can have like Jimmy Garoppolo. He had 2 touchdowns in that game, but they still lost because he was inaccurate. So it can be misleading for a quarterback when it comes to all the touchdowns. That could be just an empty stat. But when it's a receiver, that's like a real stat that counts.
All right, you finished?
Yeah, that's me.
All right, Jay, what you got to say? Final thoughts, bro. All what we talk about. We talk about Tua. We talked about
Okay. Final thoughts. I'm still not sold on Tua. Right? I give him credit. He's a little better. And now that I know the things he's been dealing with, I don't solely put the blame on Tua.
Okay.
But one thing I believe we all can agree with, the Dolphins front office needs to go. The front office needs to go because, man, if you go from Dan Marino to now to Tua, right? You had 25 different quarterbacks, right? All your draft picks, 90% of them was buses, or all the players that you lose in free agency goes to another team and shines. So I believe we all can agree that the Dolphins need a change in front office. The Dolphins, I hope they'll have a better season. I'm not too sure of it because I'm not sure who the head coach will be. I think Brian Flores was the perfect coach for the situation. He just didn't get enough time to truly prove himself. And yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for chiming in. You gave us that was like just back and forth, like just giving us a great, feel, just a different perspective. We love the different perspectives. So like literally we try to do this like Mondays, especially Mondays, because it's gonna be like football season. Like the game will be on a Sunday, and then we'll try to talk about it Monday or so. Like since I got your email, I'll hit you up, hit your line, and see if you want to join in, chime in, whatever. All right, y'all boys, you muted.
I appreciate you for having me.
All right, y'all. Catch you next time.
Thank you again, Jay.
All right.
See you guys later.
All right, y'all boys.
All right. Good night.